leg.
I said, was it about this season?
I just sometimes when reporters ask questions, man, the looks that I would give people, really,
because
but it's not even like I'm Tom Brady. I'm going to quit on my team. That's who I am.
Yeah, it's like come on, like you want to look at the person and be like, are you serious? Are you seriously asking?
Do you think this is it?
When he
this is it for Tom this year?
I mean, he's 45 years old, and I think
he looks 45.
He looks, I think at a certain point, there's two sides of when you're playing. You love it, right? And you're still feeling that whatever you're getting out of it, you're still getting that feeling. Mm-hmm. And I feel like last year, coming so close, and they're right there. He was probably like, man, I could just so close. And then this year he looks
bad in everything else
because he's getting hit. And listen, I'm 38. I don't want to get hit. He's 45 getting hit out there. So it just
imagine that.
And then it's frustrating. I'm sure it's frustrating because there was a changeover in the coaching, and then now there's issues on the team. Allegedly. So
I predict Tom Brady can fall off the cliff in the next 18 months. Now he'll play forever. You want me to make sure he doesn't retire? I can do that right now.
Do the cliff thing.
Rob Ninkovich, ESPN.
Right? He had a couple sticky fingers himself, though.
Yeah.
He had receivers in Denver. He didn't need me. I probably would have been the fifth best.
Fourth down.
Lions at Cowboys.
Yes, fourth down. I'm not going to punt on this one. The spread says Dallas -7. The money line, Detroit +250. Dallas -320. The over-under is 49. I think Dallas will be getting most of those points of that 49. FPI, the Cowboys have an 83.2% chance of winning. Check this out, fella. Dak Prescott is 3-0 in his career versus the Lions. Now, obviously, it's a different regime. His most wins versus a single opponent without a loss. 8 pass TDs and 0 INTs in 3 games. The Dallas Cowboys will win this game going away. Dak Prescott doesn't have to do much. They need to keep the Cooper Rush game plan. And if they need to expand here or there, 1 or 2 or 3 plays, do it. But don't get all giddy and happy because you got a brand new shiny car that you pulled out of the shop.
High off your own supply in Dallas. All right. Which return, Jay, is going to mean more? Dak to the Cowboys or Tua to the Dolphins?
Tua to the Dolphins. I mean, the offense, I know what the defense is for the Cowboys, and there's a lot more upside, obviously, with Dak than Cooper Rush. I get that. But I've seen how depleted the offense is for the Miami Dolphins. I mean, they're averaging 27 points per game with Tua. Now they've been averaging 17 points per game, right? So when the offense can't put up those type of numbers and Tua is slinging it with the precision that he has, I'm going to say Tua.
I should just disagree with Jay just to, what do you call it?
Just for the sake of doing it?
Tweak them?
Trend or whatever on Twitter?
Trending, yeah.
Yeah, to just trend on Twitter. I should just disagree with him so the Miami Dolphin fans could just attack me. No, Jay's right, though. They got to get him back in
What about the
I
fact
dropped this yesterday, Key, on the call. Sorry, Max. I dropped this yesterday on the call because I'm sitting there. I'm like, I know a lot of people down in Miami and been talking to them about around the team organization, and I'm really finding myself, Key, wondering should Tua come back, like
this year at all?
Yeah. Like overall, and I know that on the gridiron, people are always going to say, well, that's how guys are built, and it's about toughness,
I guess,
and all this stuff. But like watching the way he was slaying 2 games in a row, knowing that he had a concussion the first game, essentially, and then catching it the second game, like, and I know he has a chance to get the bag, and I get that, right? I get that for his legacy and his money, but at the end of the day, Key, his health, man, you get hit the wrong way, you're putting somebody's life on the line.
I tried to explain this to people on NFL Live the other day, and the Dolphin fans attacked me viciously and maliciously on social media because I said that Tua probably shouldn't be out there so early. And what do I know? I'm a doctor now? I'm saying, well, first of all, I'm not a doctor. I just know what I see. Nor do I claim to be a doctor. And I've been around players that have had concussions and come back a week or 2 later and they barely get tapped. And they're out for 3-4 weeks. They come back, they barely get tapped. They're out for the rest of the season. I've been around that. So my whole thing is I understand medically clear. Okay, he's medically cleared. but doesn't mean that you have to go out there and play and participate in the situation right now. But look, here's what I would say. Hopefully, these sort of things will not come back and they won't occur again, and he'll be able to get through the game. I'm with you, Che. I don't know.
If you were knocked out in a prize fight, right? There's a mandatory waiting period of months before you can get in there again. Now, the issue with Tua for me, guys, in my experience watching boxing, for example, is not just that he got a concussion and he couldn't play again, right? But the fact that they brought him back 4 days after he clearly had a neurological event take place because of a knock on the head, right? 4 days later, they brought him back and he got concussed again. To me, now I wonder what's going to happen the next time he gets hit. In other words, sometimes it like short circuits a guy's wiring where from then on out, whenever he gets tapped in the head, he's done, right?
Max, I've had a concussion before, and I'll tell you, I came back like 3.5 weeks later, like just getting bumped body to body, like was enough to throw me off where I felt awkward. I felt awkward for a while, for another week or two.
Max, I played with Wayne Corbett, and Wayne used to get concussions, and he would get hit, and his locker was next to mine. I used to say, man, why are you still playing? You ain't got nothing to prove. Why are you still out here? Oh, no, I'm good. Boom. Oh, well, he's out again.
He was the best receiver on the team. You want him to retire?
Yeah, I needed him to retire so I could.
So you could be the best receiver on the team. I remember that.
That is correct.
Rob Ninkovich, ESPN NFL analyst, joins us now.
He brought in a bowl of oatmeal.
It's 6 in the morning. It's almost 7 a.m. I need to get my oats in.
Well, you're dressed professionally. Can we act professionally?
I mean, you don't even
Well, he's hiding it, Jay, until you pointed it out.
Well, because I smell it, and I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I'm starving.
So you're hungry.
I'm starving. The guy comes in with oatmeal like,
I got oatmeal. I got some for you. I got a whole thing of
things.
cinnamon, apple cinnamon.
He does look like he's eating your food, by the way. It's like you took your share, too.
Rob, there's 2 things I can share with you. If you want something to be told,
don't say it. Yeah, say it around me.
Say it around Jay.
Yeah, because it's gonna come up.
Oh, it's gonna.
It's coming up.
Wanted something to be. Oh
hey,
my God.
Between us, just
yeah.
I'll say it on the radio. Between us and everybody else listening to the show.
Well, I was talking to you. We said between us, but I feel like I need to relay this message to everyone.
Oh, he's gonna get it out.
No, listen. I made this oatmeal. I'm walking. I'm like, okay, it's 6:45. All right, let me just. I'm not gonna let it get cold. I just put it down, and I'm here.
Now? What would hurt? If he spilled some on this nice soup.
Like he spilled, like what Jay was spilling the coffee over there?
No, you're not going to reframe that conversation.
Well, he's got the laptop.
I got everything out.
But you got to be real careful.
Your foot is on the place where Max always spills coffee.
Okay.
But he
Why are you always pointing out we're a team. Whoever spilled it is not important.
I would probably argue the fact that, it's more dangerous to have a mug of coffee around all your electronics than a bowl of oatmeal.
That's probably true.
So it's Brady.
I could turn this thing upside down. It's like a milkshake. That thing ain't coming out.
So you just heard our whole conversation about Tua, right?
Yes.
Where are you on that?
I mean, I talked about the whole thing when it happened, but at this point right now, like, he's got to be concerned about another one long term because it's 3 in the same year, which that's not good. That's not good at all. So you don't want to be out there, and we say this all the time. I mean, it doesn't matter what sport, and you talk about you can't change your style of play because if you start thinking about it, that's when you slow down a little bit. And football's
it's tackle.
Football's a crazy sport.
Philosophizing, you're getting tackled. Yeah.
It's almost like I try to theorize it as you're going through an intersection. You can go through it 1,000 times and everything's great, but it only takes one time that you get hit. So that's the risk involved in football. We all know there's risk involved. That's why you're paid as much as you're paid, because there's risk and there's reward. But it's concerning because at this point right now,